and Sue always keep listeners informed.
Oh, what's the weather like? Oh,
Terrible.
What's the traffic like?
Bad.
What's the time?
Late.
Friday Drive on Joy 94.9.
Now, he's an old friend of ours.
He's an old mate.
Been in, 3 times probably, I think it is now.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that old, David. I was going to say congratulations on your 9th year too, by the way.
Right, thank you. So we've got Wayne here. Now, Wayne is a major collector of Elizabeth Taylor.
Little obsessive.
Bits and pieces. We've got a pair of boots here, which are amazing, with all diamantes around their black suede boots with diamantes, rings of diamantes going up the boot, and a handbag. And there's a beautiful handbag, a satin handbag with a handkerchief in it with Elizabeth written, embroidered onto it. There are so many amazing things. So, Wayne, when did you start collecting all this stuff of hers?
I've been collecting since about 1984, but of course back then it was all like postcards and scrapbooks, and I guess it wasn't until about maybe 1995 that I started to get into personal stuff. I wanted to have that connection.
No, well, you certainly got it.
And you've got wigs. And,
wigs,
and wigs that then got the photo that you know which wig it is. But she was aware that you were a collector too, wasn't she, when she was alive?
Well, she signed off on the collection a few times, and there are a couple of items in the collection that were donated from her personal wardrobe in Bel Air, so she knew who I was. I was a collector of all things Elizabeth, and she knew about that.
Right.
And she liaised with you, didn't she? Like, you sent notes or calls or something every now and again?
For over 20 years. Birthday cards and Christmas cards and the odd note here and there. So I think at one time I wrote her a letter around the death of her mother, and I got coincidentally at the same time one of my partners had passed away, so she wrote me this really lovely note saying, thank you for thinking of me at your own time of loss and all that type of stuff. So pretty special.
That's amazing.
And there's beautiful dresses as well. And you've then got the People magazine where she wore it on the, and she's on the front cover of the People magazine. And you've got that dress.
Yeah, well, I try to match, David, everything I've got in the collection. I try to match that with something because it adds to that provenance.
Yeah.
Because people always say, oh, sure, that's really hers.
But then you see it on and you go,
It's not grandma's, that's for sure.
and this one here is just crazy. It's so
much taffeta.
Yeah, so much. Now, why you're in today, apart from talking about this wonderful collection, you had a book about 10 years ago, would have been. Oh no,
8 years ago or so. Yes.
But now you've redone it, bigger and better and bolder, and and it's being released around the world. This book.
Yeah, well, a strange thing. I was on holidays in New York about 3 years ago, and I've actually got a photo of myself with the number 14 Wall Street in the background. And coincidentally, number 14 Wall Street is the publisher of this book. They rang me and said they wanted to add it to their portfolio of work. So they've redone redone the whole book. It's magnificent. I'm getting really good reviews, actually.
Well, you should. I strangely enough, about a couple of months back, I went to my little bookshelf thing, saw your book, and I went through it again. And it just made me feel so good looking at all of the photos over the time, and they're just beautiful.
Yeah, well, this edition's been updated because obviously I did it to stop collecting, but that didn't work.
Did it?
No, that did not work. So,
yeah.
There's about 100 extra pages and heaps of new things there.
But you bought also in, people will take photos of this and put it up on social media, what Wayne has bought in. But there's a beautiful silver tray. Oh, and then there's this magnificent necklace and brooch, and a couple of brooches. Wayne, you must have spent so much money.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I don't like to talk. I can't talk about that. I have, but you know what? The reward is tenfold with whatever I've purchased anyway.
And it must be such a thrill for you, because now to have this book that's being released around the world, it just must make you think it's been worth it to get to this point.
Well, it is. You're right, David, because every time I get a comment, and I'm getting inundated with comments and things from different people all over the place, all over the world, different parts. it's nice to know a part of me is actually living with them in their home. You know, like I have a lady who says, you know, it's on my coffee table. She's in Germany. It's not leaving the coffee table. It's staying there. So, you know, it becomes a topic, and you know, who's this person and what's this book about? And that's the whole essence of doing the project.
Yeah. Now, for those people who are listening now, and as you know, we're giving away prizes because it's our ninth. No, it won't be the collection. It's our 9th anniversary, and you, our wonderful listener, are getting the prizes. Wayne has so kindly given us 2 books to give away. Now, if you would like one of these, and they're a beautiful book. I think the photo of it's just gone up on our Facebook page.
And it's not a booklet.
No.
This is a magnificent size.
This is a coffee table book, and the cover's beautiful. It's called Shades of Violet. Why is it called Shades of Violet?
Well, her eyes obviously had lots of shades of violet, you know, the different clothes she wore, but she was her bedroom carpet was violet. There's so many different shades in her life that are violet, and in the book there's so many different items of hers, dresses and outfits that are of the same colour. So shades of violet. I was going to call it shades of 50 Shades of Grey, but I don't think I can do that.
No, you couldn't do it. So if you'd like to win a copy of this, SMS is on 0427 Joy 9 for 9.
You can email onair@joy.org.au.
Or email us, did you just do that?
Probably.
Or phone us on 1300 Joy 9 for 9. So
Now you need to put your membership number in.
and you can't have won anything the last 7 days. What a treat to win one of these books. Now, Wayne was going to be doing an in-store tomorrow, but the books haven't arrived.
No. So that's,
books.
put that on hold for now. So, but that's still going to happen at some point.
Yeah. So therefore, you're getting these books before it's actually in stores.
Well, you're getting them before they're still available online, obviously through Amazon, but you're getting them before they go into bookstores.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And you'll sign?
I will sign them for the guys that win, yeah, for sure.
That'd be lovely.
That's an extra $100.
So, let's spot see if Sue takes anything, Jane. So the tray I'm holding was it looks like a massive ashtray, so it would be at least 30 by 30 centimetres as a silver tray.
Yeah.
And it's actually inscribed with Elizabeth on it.
Oh my
And it was used when she was 40, 40s, living at the Casa Kimberley estate, the love nest of Richard Burton and herself. So
Richard and Elizabeth, you'd have had little
so
cities with this.
imagine the amount of cigarette butts that would have piled onto that.
Oh, because they were big smokers.
Conversations that would have gone on around
Yeah.
that.
And the arguments they would have had.
Certainly, I bet it's been thrown around a few times.
Yeah.
It has got a couple of
Dents,
dents in it.
Yeah. So
How
that's
hard is it to find stuff?
Initially, it is quite hard, but I think once you've been a collector like I have for the last 30 years, you get to know where to look, and people sometimes contact you just out of the blue and ask and say, well, I've got a friend of a friend who's got this, do you want it? So a lot of auction houses around the world sell celebrity memorabilia. They just give it to them anonymously to sell and sometimes raise funds for different charities.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Because she was really big on charity work, wasn't she? And especially her AIDS work.
Hugely, yeah. So I think towards the end, her private collection was auctioned at Christie's towards the end there after her passing, and raised over $600 million for AIDS, for the AIDS charities.
Wow.
And there is a legacy page too, guys, in the back of the book where people can, there's a few links there where people can make a donation to an AIDS charity if they choose to.
Oh, okay.
As part of her legacy. That's what it's
carrying
about.
it on, she's very happy with that.
Yeah. Now, you have exhibited, it was down at Gasworks, wasn't it? A couple of
Yes, it was, yes,
ago.
yeah.
And there's even some photos of that in the back of the book as well. But you've got leopard skin coats of hers, and it's just extraordinary.
I want to go to your house.
You've got. Have you got a whole room where it's just hers?
We are looking at a B&B sort of room. I have got an Elizabeth Taylor room which is all shades of violet, as you can tell, and there's a few cases that are decked out with little pieces in there. But my partner doesn't let me to have. I'm not allowed to have too much, Liz, in the house. It stays in there. If it starts creeping out, I'm in trouble.
So, what? And you're thinking of doing an Airbnb?
With the room, with the room. But I was probably
you wouldn't
tossing it up.
Don't trust me with it.
The bond would have to be too high.
I don't.
Wayne,
Amazing.
brilliant. This will be available as a podcast for people if you're just arriving and you haven't heard the whole podcast. So it will be available. one piece with these extraordinary bits that are sitting around us now. Is there one piece in your collection? Is there maybe a dress or something like that that you want to say is your very favourite?
There are lots of favourites, but I reckon and I actually bought the dress. I think that could be my.
Have you bought a dress?
favourite.
Have you bought a dress?
It's actually a costume from Cleopatra from 1963.
What?
It's embroidered. Obviously
Oh my
embroidered
God, I
on the
remember
front.
that dress.
Yeah. So
Wow.
That's probably it's old and it's quite antique piece. So
But hold on, you just had it rolled up.
yeah,
You're
well,
like-
it actually needs a steam, to be honest.
Oh my God! We will. Oh my God! I'm going.
Wow.
It's got her name embroidered on the inside. And
Has it?
Yeah.
Wow. This book, people. So if you want a copy of this book,
Pass the
Dame
dress, darling,
Elizabeth
pass the
Taylor,
dress, pass the
Shades of
dress.
Violet by Wayne Griffin. Please SMS or email or phone us now, and you'll go into the draw to win one.
I'm running out of the studio and putting my membership number in.
Just one last thing. I was going to marry
So-
Sue
oh
actually
my
tonight.
gosh! I've become a celebrant. Can I borrow
It's
that?
a replica of her $8 million diamond Richard Burton diamond ring.
Oh my God.
I've never been speechless.
So try that on and get the feel of
Oh my God!
what it must have been like.
Wayne, you're
Oh my
amazing.
God.
Thank you so much
Thanks
for coming.
guys for having me on.
He's amazing. He stops you talking.
Oh,
Oh
you're
my
on
God.
Joy
Oh yeah, yeah. Whatever.
94.9.